Hey guys, and welcome back to Rainbow Wing. Today is another Percy Jackson Friday video. Today is a sorting video. So today we are sorting the characters from Disney, mainly Disney Junior. Sofia the First. So we have like 19 characters to get through. I'm not going to show the cards. They're already on your screen because we have a lot of characters to get through. This is going to be very similar to some videos I've done in the past. Like most of the Pixar movies and like Marvel, X-Men videos where they're not going to get an definitive answer because there's so many of them. And that's where you guys get to come in to tell me where you think they should infinitely go in the comments below. I know I've sorted Sofia once already in the sorting video of the unofficial/official Disney princesses video. Card right there, also in the description below if you'd like to check it out. So we're gonna sort her again. Please know I'm mainly sticking with characters that came from Sofia the First, which means I'm not doing characters from Elena of Avalor. Yes, I know they did have a crossover special / a backdoor pilot for Elena of Avalor, but Elena of Avalor is going to get its own separate video. We're mainly going to stick with Sofia the First characters. For anyone who doesn't know what sorting is, it's me sorting characters into Camp Half-Blood cabins. It's very similar to how people sort characters into the Hogsworth houses, but it's Camp Half-Blood instead of Hogwarts, and also Percy Jackson instead of Harry Potter, and houses instead of cabins. So yeah, so there's that. I think it's very funny knowing that this video is coming out on Valentine's Day because that's how the dates fall or whatever. So there's that. If I mispronounce any of these characters' names, I apologize in advance. I just suck at pronouncing names. So hopefully everything doesn't go terribly. So yeah, enough rambling, enough stalling, because this intro is already too long. Let's jump right in with our first set of characters, which is a group. So here we go. For our first group of characters, it's Sofia, Aunt Tilly, Barely Whip, Prince Desmond, and that's it. Just those four. All in all, for all these characters, they are very smart, organized-ish, because Sofia is organized-ish. Bailiwick is literally like the butler, so he has to be organized. I know like Tilly's wild, and Prince Desmond is like one of the smartest kids at the Royal Prep Academy. I haven't seen Sofia in a while. They're all smart in their own way. Tilly's clever, Bailiwick's organized, and like Sofia and Desmond are both smart and like stuff like that. So I'm just gonna put them all in Cabin 6 Athena. Of course, we're starting off a video where we're putting kids already in Cabin 6 Athena here, so that's fun. I'm sure both like Athena and Hephaestus are like getting more filled up because of me sorting characters into these cabins. I'm sure of it, so yeah. Cabin 6 Athena. Old, reliable, and true. That's fun. Okay, next up, another groupish. It's a duo. It's Amber and Hildegard. So, in the beginning, these characters are similar. They were both like in the mean girl group. I know as the show progresses, especially in the final season, Amber no longer is that type of person. Like, she actually starts caring about people and caring about her kingdom because she's going to become the next queen and everything like that. But for most of the series, these two girls were the mean girls. They cared about their looks. They cared about them being proper and beautiful and stuff like that. So I mainly just want to go ahead and throw them in Cabin 10 Aphrodite. Yes, again, I know both characters do technically get a character development more Amber than Hildegard, but either way, it's like they cared morely about themselves and how their appearance and everything else because that's what they thought princess should be. If Hildegard did go to the Percy Jackson world and was a daughter of Aphrodite, I can very much see her having charm speak because she's the one that usually orders people around. Again, we're sticking with another group/duo, which is James and Calypsa. Hopefully I'm saying that right. My brain wants to say Calypso, but it's Calypsa. So again, similar with Amber, I know James gets character development and stuff like that, but the reason why I'm grouping these two together is because originally James and Calypso, even after, were very crankish. James because it's a boys thing, whatever else, but very immature and very cranky. And my brain immediately went to Cabin 11 Hermes, and that's where I think they should go. If we take into account James's character development, I would believe he's more Hephaestus once he gets character development, but he doesn't get character development until later on in the series, I feel like, my part. Between the two twins, Amber, of course, gets more of it than him, because it always felt like, with me, while watching the show, they really didn't have much for James to do. So they just named, like, oh, he's a boy, pranks, stuff like that, and it's okay, but thankfully he got to character development. And with Calista, like, in the first one, we see, like, she's being, like, a little prankish. Hermes is known for, like, doing pranks and stuff like that. Literally, one of his first myths of when he was literally a baby, when he was stealing Apollo's cattle, was, like, turning the hooves backwards to make it look like they were going in the opposite direction that they were going, and stuff like that. So yeah, Kevin, 11, Hermes. Okay, again, another thing of groups. It's another duo this time. Again, 3 duos in a row. That's weird. Queen Miranda, aka Sofia's mom, and James and Amber's stepmom. And Vor, hopefully I pronounced that correctly. I probably didn't. So, the reason why I put these two together, with different spans of the spectrum, where one of them is the protagonist's mom and the other is the final bad guy of the show. And I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I'm thinking Athena for both of them, but on different ends of the spectrum, like I just said. Like, Miranda is very, like, loving, caring. She cares about her kids. She loves them, like, loves her family, and that's what Hera is, the guy's marriage, family, and, like, what she actually represents, instead of how she acts. And then with Voy, it is, like, how she acts. So, 2 sides of the same coin scenario with Hera, always with that. Okay, so finally we're getting into a character where it's a single character, but the problem is they're probably not going to get an definitive answer in this video. You guys will have to come in for that probably. Which is, my brain wants to say Cedric because that's what Sophia calls him, but it's Cedric. So, Cedric is the sorcerer of the royal family. He's the one who was originally a bad guy but turned good. He wanted Sophia's necklace for the longest time because the amulet of Avalor was said to be powerful and give gifts, and which it did. And it also gave roses, but anyways. Cedric also isn't dumb per se. It's just his plans blow up in his face, and he wants to prove himself as, like, he's very beyond powerful and, like, prove himself in his family and the king and everything else. Originally, I was thinking of 3 different places, which was Hecate because he's a wizard of magic and all that stuff, but I'm okay with labeling that one out. Nike to, like, show, like, that he's better than everyone, like, victory over everything, and Athena because he is smart, and granted, yes, his plans do blow up in his face a lot of times. I'm willing to take Hecate out and just either say Nike or Athena, so hopefully you guys are okay with me going with that route. I'm gonna get yelled at so much in the comments, and either way, even if I kept Hecate, it kind of wouldn't matter because I would still be holding up 2 cards anyway. So cabin 6 for Athena because he is smart, and yes, again, his plans do blow up in his face, but there's some plans that don't. And then cabin 17 Nike, like, it's mainly, like, to prove himself, like, oh, I'm the victor, and it's like, this is his victory of, like, proving himself that he's more powerful, and, like, that he can get the job done, and everything else in between, so I feel like that's more of his victory. But most of the show, he was very much trying to get the amulet and stuff like that, so that's why I'm gonna put him in those 2, and not really talk about too much about his character development. So there's that. Time for another group! It is another duo! We have a lot of those, I realized. So, they're both animals, which is hilarious. So, it's Clover and Venomous. We all knew animal sidekicks were going to come up eventually. And most of the time, 99% of the time, animal sidekicks, usually good or bad, end up in Hephaestus because of the loyalty of the hero or the villain that they serve. And Venomous and Clover are no different. So, Cabin 9 Hephaestus, they're literally no different. They're the animal sidekick, everything. And, like, Minimus is literally her steed, Pegasus, and, like, Clover is, like, literally one of her animal sidekicks, along with the squirrels and the birds and everything. She's a Disney princess. What do you expect? Well, not official one, but from Disney Junior. You guys get my point. But either way, all the loyalty stuff to Hephaestus, Cabin 9. Again, another duo coming up, that being Cleo and Vivian. Reason why I'm putting these 2 characters together, because a similarity of them making music / singing. So Cleo is the singer, while Vivian is the musician in the group, and that's enough for me to put him in Cabin 7 Apollo. So we're going back to a single character, enough with the group for the moment. Next up is Lucinda, and I already have 2 places I want to put her, and this time I partly want to add the character development in this, because I've already gone through Hermes ones, so here we go. So Lucinda is a little witch child that Sofia meets and they become friends, blah 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 blah. So she like put hexes and playing jokes, so that's where the Hermes site's coming into play, but also she is a witch and wants to do good, pick a different crossroad. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and put up both cabins 11 for Hermes for like originally with mischief and stuff, and cabin 20 for Hecate. I know this feels kind of redundant to do this because I really said I wasn't going to talk too much about character development because it came later in the show. Hers was in 1 episode. What are you going to do? So there's that. So Hermes for like her original like jokey prankness hex side, because like witch and like witches are considered evil and stuff, BS at times. And then Hecate, because literally she is a witch. She's like hand in hand here. Like this is the beginning of the episode, this is the end, and the rest of the series. So there's that. I'm so sorry if that conclusion is very short-sighted. You guys can yell at me in the comments below. I apologize for that. Next up is Krista. Hopefully I said that right. She's the first fairy Sofia meets in the Mystical Isles arc, as I'm gonna put it. So at first she's like very rude, cocky, and stuff like that. She's like a protector. She hunts down like people who aren't supposed to be here, and also like intruders and people who are trying to mess with the Mystical Isles. She's the type of person where you have to prove yourself to her to gain her favor. I hate to say that, feels like a Athena thing, and like also like her being very skilled at hunting and stuff too, and like when she does find out like she's wrong about Sofia, because she already like thinks Sophia's to blame and stuff, like she's very like does a 180 sort of thing. Like I said earlier, you have to prove to her before you get like her trust and everything else. I feel like she would be both a good fit, both in Cabin 6 and in the Hunters of Artemis, Cabin 8 for that. I'm definitely going to get somebody mad because of this, because it feels a little off track, but also not off track, and I can see her going either way. I can see like her becoming a Hunter of Artemis because she is like a protector, and like she is very smart, and like the judgmentalness feels like coming from Athena. There's that. I know this is so discombobulated. I'm so sorry. So there's that. This is beginning to feel like a mess, and we haven't even put up 3 cards yet. So, and speaking of places where I think they can go in 3 people, another single character. I think we're actually done with groups. I didn't say that. I think we're done with groups. Yay. That being Miss Nettle, and I do think of 3 places already to put her. That being Aphrodite, because she's like very full of herself. Somewhat Nike, because she's trying to like prove herself a lot of times, prove that like she's better than everyone and like stuff like that. And Nemesis, because originally she was like trying to get her revenge and show like she's the most powerful fairy ever, and like pretty much try and make them regret like banishing her and like stuff like that from fairy community. And like granted, she did like misuse her powers and stuff too. So see that in the Hecate in this character girl for me. These characters are getting character girl, this character girl for me, so that's fun. So I don't know what to do, because I know she's like can be very vainful in herself. I know she's like really very conniving. Hera, but I already have 3 up, and I don't want to add a 4th, because more craziness and stuff. So I really don't know. I feel like it's gonna be one of those 3 in my mind. Like to show like she's the best, and like revenge, and like she's full of herself, not like of course all Aphrodite kids are not full of themselves, Piper being the biggest one of them. So for the moment, I know this is so redundant because I'm only putting up 2 cards, because both of the other 2 are on the same card. So I'm gonna just go ahead and go Cabin 10, Hera, for like all the like self stuff of herself, like she's full of herself, and then cabins 16 and 17, Nemesis and Nike in that order, for like Nemesis like revenge, and for Nike 17 for power and like showing that she's better than everyone. So there's that. That's like her winning thing, for her to win in her mind. So there's that. Okay, so finally, we are on our final character. We've already gone through 18. This is 19, and for our final character is is Princess Ivy. I already have 3 places to put her. And one of them is her own powers. Is Nike, because she has like that hunger for power, and like in my mind, whenever I think characters that are hungry for power, it's like that's their winning card. They're trying to win over everything. That's their thing. They want their hunger over power, and they want to win and everything else. Iris, because of like the type of powers she actually has, which is like muting colors and taking away the colors and stuff like that, because she originally came from like a black and white kingdom. Iris kids have that power to like take away the color and saturation and make everyone go black and white and everything. And then Hera, because of like she's very sneaky, conniving sort of way, like the bad side of Hera. So I don't know. All 3 sound like really good tracks. And yet again, I'm gonna be holding up 2 cards when I'm meaning to do it for 3 of them. So this is gonna be fun. Cabin 2 Hera for like the sneaky, conniving, bad nature of Hera, and then Cabin 7 Nike for like power hungry, wanting to win scenario, because that's how I think of it in my head. I know that's probably not the right thinking, so sorry about that. And then Iris, because like of that, her power strength of that, like she take away colors, and that's, I actually enjoy knowing that's Chala Iris skill set that they can do power wise, because yes, I know like Iris is the goddess of the rainbow and stuff, but it's still very cool to think about, and I haven't put anyone in Iris in a very long time. I'm sorry, but I want to do it. It's my channel, my video, everything else. So you guys can yell at me in the comments below. So that was all of our characters, all 19 of them. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Any characters that I did sort, mainly the ones that didn't get infinite answer, tell me in the comments below where you think they should go. Any characters that I didn't sort, because there was a handful of characters from Sofia the First, I just didn't sort, I just didn't want to. You guys tell me in the comments below where you think they should go. Please make sure to like and subscribe, all the beautiful jazz. Last video right there, subscribe to the playlist of all the sorting videos are right there with a Percy Jackson playlist, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time here on Rim Link. Bye!